Hello and welcome to another episode of Erongo Talk. I'm your host, Irene Marie van der Walt, and today I am joining you from an oldie but a goodie, the Swakopmund Jetty. In today's episode, we will be speaking with Katrina Amupolo, the Business Development Coordinator of COSDEC Swakopmund, and she will be telling us about the new courses they have on offer as well as their registration process. So, keep your eyes peeled, there's going to be a question on your screen, somewhere up there, that you can answer to win a prize sponsored to us by Copper and Coal Distillery Namibia. So stay with us, we'll be right back after this. And now it is time for your news. In our first story for today, we seemingly have an answer to the mass abortions of Cape fur seals late in last year. Experts have now established the reason for hundreds of female Cape fur seals aborting their fetuses during the last months of 2020. The research stems from innumerable aborted fetuses that were found on the beach at Pelican Point, near Walvis Bay, and at the beaches along the central Namibian coastline. Samples taken from the dead seal pups showed no traces of toxins or disease, the environmental organization Ocean Conservation Namibia said. Experts therefore assumed that unusual weather conditions such as the strong La Niña cycle could have impaired the movement of pelagic fish, the seal's main food source. Researchers assumed that pregnant seals were severely malnourished and most likely aborted to protect themselves. Records from the past 30 years show that such mass extinctions occurred in the past during the same weather patterns, the researchers say. According to the Namibia Dolphin Project, Cape fur seals are among the most abundant marine animals at the coast of South Africa and Namibia, where they are endemic. During the peak of the whelping season, between mid-November and early December, the female animals give birth to thousands of cubs, almost simultaneously. In 2020, however, an exceptionally high number of emaciated females were observed on land in Namibia. In our second story for today, the regional office of the Mine Workers Union in Western Namibia is disappointed by the Bestie Investment Namibia's deliberate disregard for collective bargaining principles. This is a direct quote, with the union saying the company's negotiation team is, quote-unquote, insincere. In light of this, the union has officially confirmed that due to unresolved disputes, it is now up to workers to vote whether they will strike or not. The conflict between the union and the company began during wage negotiations in the 2019-2020 financial year. According to the Regional Mine Workers Union of Namibia coordinator George Philippus Ampwea, the union proposed an increase in salaries and an improvement in working conditions in February 2020. After just one meeting, management declined to raise wages, citing a difficult economic climate and other excuses related to the COVID-19 pandemic, he says. The union then revised its original demands, which management also rejected. Thereafter, the union turned to the Labour Commission in March 2020. However, after 2 arbitration meetings, an amicable solution was still not found. And now for your third story for today, the story you have all been waiting for, the adjustments to the COVID-19 regulations. Namibian President Dr. Hage Geingob announced minimal changes to the current COVID-19 measures on Wednesday morning. He adjusted the curfew hours slightly from 10 o'clock at night to 4 o'clock in the morning daily, while the limit of 2 hours placed on events has also been abolished. These new measures remain in place for 36 days from 25 February to 31 March 2021. Until today, Namibia has recorded 37,896 cumulative confirmed cases of COVID-19, with 2,058 active cases at the moment. Over the last 12 days, we have observed a rise in infections, with the highest positivity rate recorded in Kavango East and West, Oshikoto and Oshana, fast becoming the epicenter in our fight against COVID-19. Learners at schools and hostels have been the most affected, with a 40% infection rate. It is imperative that parental engagement is improved as a means of supporting schools in the fight against COVID-19. The president said that schools must strictly adhere to guidelines as set out by the Line Ministry. Geingob added that the country is still faced with difficulties of adapting to altered routines and habits. I will be the first to admit that as the days, weeks, and months progress, these changes can become overbearing, and our will and resolve can begin to wane. Apart from the loss of life and the economic damage that has been caused by COVID-19, another worrying aspect is the mental health of our people. I am fully aware that you want to return to life as we used to know it. You want to start rebuilding what has been lost and remove the weight of restrictions, he said. The president stated that the fight against COVID-19 has become a battle of attrition, a test of the country's collective character. I am aware of the mental health impact that COVID has and the subsequent consequences thereof on you. I wish to reassure the nation that government sees the war against COVID-19 and the conclusion thereof as a priority. There is no one who takes joy in imposing restrictions on our people. Still, we must realize that it is a matter of absolute necessity, and the results are telling. Although it comes at a high cost, materially, physically, and psychologically, our efforts to curtail the spread of this virus have paid dividends, said the president. And on that note, we conclude today's news.
So in today's interview on Erongo Talk, I am joined by the Business Development Coordinator at COSDEC, who is Katrina Amupolo. And she is going to tell us what is the latest happenings there at COSDEC. So shooting it right from the hip, Ms. Amupolo, what are the short or some of the short courses that are offered there at COSDEC?
Thank you very much. It's an absolute honor to be able to talk to you about what we're offering at COSDEC Swakopmund. At COSDEC Swakopmund, we have 3-month short courses. These are courses in ICT and office administration. They are offered in the evening for the mere fact that we would like to accommodate people who are working and are busy during the day. But we're also offering these courses to those that are unemployed and have nothing to do at the moment. We don't have really strict requirements as long as you can communicate in English. That's quite important to us. And the registration fees for these courses is $780 Namibian. We offer these courses 3 times in a year. So if you don't get the chance to apply right now, you are still welcome to apply later during the year.
Well, that sounds like some really interesting courses that one can enroll into. And in terms of now the vocational certificate, what are those courses and when are the dates for candidates to enroll in those, as well as career opportunities? What can one attain career-wise from such courses?
At COSDEC, the vocational qualification courses that one can opt for is office administration and welding and metal fabrication, joinery and cabinet making, clothing production, hospitality, and as well as plumbing and pipe fitting and bricklaying and plastering. Unfortunately, all those courses are already full for this year. We only have space for bricklaying and plastering level 1 course. You can still apply until the 1st of March this year, and the registration fees is 1,000 Namibian dollars. If you opt to go for bricklaying and plastering, you can follow a career in construction. Yeah, we recently introduced a level 3 qualification in office administration, and we are encouraging those that have already completed their level 2 in this trade to apply for this course. We also have a qualification in hospitality for level 3, and the due date for both of these courses is on the 1st of March, and the application or registration fees is 1,000 Namibian dollars. If you would like to follow a career in office administration, you can become a secretary, PA, or even a receptionist. The list is long. In the hospitality industry, you can work in the food and beverage department, in the housekeeping department, or also front desk, and maybe become a chef as well. And we are currently also working on offering short courses on Saturdays for bricklaying and plastering, for welding and metal fabrication for 6 months, and for plumbing and pipe fitting, and also a course in hospitality waitressing, and in clothing production, sewing and pattern making courses. These courses will be offered on Saturdays. We will inform you about those courses in the near future, so we'll keep you updated on them.
Yes, that is so enlightening. And speaking of enlightenment, please enlighten us on some of the business courses that are offered at COSDEC, and why are these courses necessary?
At COSDEC Swakopmund, we have what we call the Business Development Support Services. Part of the services is to actually provide support to emerging entrepreneurs and micro substantial enterprises. So we also offer business training to SMEs. So the business training courses that are currently on offer at the moment, we have costing and pricing, introduction to marketing, introduction to human resources, smart business strategies, compilation of a business plan, and business leadership. We are encouraging entrepreneurs and emerging entrepreneurs and SMEs to actually apply for these courses. It's quite important because in many cases, SMEs really struggle when they're starting off their businesses and don't have the know-how. And these courses provide them with the opportunity to be able to understand, for example, how to calculate their pricing, how to do their marketing, and how to deal with their employees if they have any. So there's quite a lot of things that they could learn from these courses. So it plays quite a huge impact on one's business when you actually have an understanding of how to run a business.
Wow, awesome stuff. And moving right on, the incubation program's deadline has already passed, unfortunately. But for some of us who do not know what it's all about, please shed some light on what the incubation program
Part of the
is.
services that we offer for SMEs is the Business Incubation Program. The Business Incubation Program application was supposed to be due today, the 25th of March. And fortunately, we have actually extended that application due date to the 8th of March. So you still have some time to apply for that program. The Business Incubation Program, we are actually offering business or emerging entrepreneurs to be able to run their businesses from COSDEC Swakopmund. We offer them with a business unit, but the unit also comes with mentorship and coaching and business training and whatever support that the SME needs. Let's say they need a business profile, business logo, or they just need to understand how to run their business and they need guidance to do that. So we place them in a unit for a duration of 1 year. And then after that, they graduate, but we give them still mentorship and coaching even 6 months after they have left the unit.
Before I leave you, what are your closing remarks?
Lastly, from my side, I just want to say that at COSDEC Swakopmund, we are empowering youth, we are empowering entrepreneurs, we are changing lives, and there's quite opportunities out there. There's quite a lot of opportunities out there. It's just up to the people to be able to grab these opportunities. And we also welcome you at our center. Please come and visit us. Even if you're just popping in to just have a look at what we do, have a look at our facilities. We'll be happy to actually even take you on a tour. So please stay in touch with us. We are also on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. And you can also follow us on Instagram as well. So keep in touch with us. You may contact us. You can contact me directly at 064 4030 46. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for having us here.
So that was the Business Development Coordinator at COSDEC, Katrina Amupolo, giving us the lowdown on everything that is taking place at COSDEC. So do stay tuned. On Erongo Talk, we'll be back right after this break.
Hi there, I am Hime Kalne and I am a teacher at a senior secondary school here in Swakopmund. I've been in the teaching profession for over 10 years now and I specialize in languages and psychology. I am here to give you a few study tips. So here goes. First and foremost, there's planning and organizing involved. What this means is that you will have to keep a study roster, study timetable, which clearly indicates the topics that are going to be covered in a certain study slot, as well as how long it is going to be. This has to be a routine. You should clearly indicate what time of the day you're going to study, and it should be that time of the day every day. Second, you need to do revision on topics studied. So there's no point in studying and then you do not revise on the work. How do you get to do this? You can set up short questions for yourself that you can then answer, and then, or you can just get a friend to ask you the questions that you want to revise on. Thirdly, you need to expose yourself to past question papers. I know that teachers are currently now also incorporating this in their revision slots. So you have to be exposed to the setup and the format of the exam. Very important. Number 4, you need to rest very well. You need to keep your bedtime routine the same. So go to bed at exactly the same time. 5, you need to take breaks, and this should also be included in your study timetable, which clearly shows when you're going to be taking your breaks, to take a walk or to go for a jog or any of that. Number 6, you need to keep distractions out. Cell phones off, TVs off, music off. Preferably, you could just as well go to the library, and because there are minimum distractions. So there's a psychologist, Herman Ebbinghaus, who proved in the 1800s that we tend to forget 50% of what we've studied within the same hour. I have a memory hack for you, and this is what I want you to do. I want you to revise 5 minutes after each topic, and then thereafter you have to revise at the end of the day again, and then the next morning, and then a few weeks thereafter. Trust me, it will stick. So I hope that the tips were helpful. Thank you for your time.
Now it is time for your weather and tides predictions for Swakopmund and all the other major towns in the Erongo region. And that unfortunately brings us to the end of another episode of Erongo Talk. It was lovely having you with us, and even lovelier would it be if you could win that prize. So now is your chance to catch that question, because it's only available while the broadcast is live. If you want to check out the stories we discussed earlier and so much more, and stay on top of what's happening in your community, you can check out our website at www.erongo.com.na. That's www.erongo.com.na. Or you can get in touch with us to let us know what's happening in your community if we might have missed something. That's at 0811 7040. That's 0811 7040. This is also the same number you're going to call or text or WhatsApp or Telegram if you want to get in touch for advertisement opportunities. So if you miss us a little bit too much by tomorrow, you can check out the multitude of other programs offered by our sister publications: Active Kids for the young ones, We Talk by Windhoek Express, Klets Kompas by Republican, and the Evening Review by the Namibian Sun. So until tomorrow, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. We'll see you again.